Okay, so one of the other things I wanted to do, and this is really more or less one of the important things, is it's not right at the very top for day-to-day um, running of off-grid, right? But it is something that you would like to just have some kind of scalable idea. I mean, in the moment when you don't have enough energy, you're not really interested in, well, what was the production last week, last month, last year? You don't really care to all purpose, right? But it might be something you want to collate and look over. Was this a good year or a bad year? Could we have done anything more, anything less? So this is yesterday. So this is obviously with the storm front weather. Okay, so what we're collating here is over the span of 24-hour period. Okay, is the best way to put this. So it's giving you some pretty good overall metrics. Again, they're represented into a graph, energy usage versus consumption. In other words, where did the energy come from? The next one is it might say solar production, but it's whatever you decide to add in there as a form of generation. Okay, so there's nothing to stop you in here from having grid connection, from having generator connection. They're all forms of generation. That's probably the better way to put it. Okay, so I mean, obviously yesterday we didn't draw anything from the grid. We produced in forms of generation. So that will be both solar and wind. Produced 31.4 kilowatt hours. The home used 35.6. We put 11.4 kilowatts into the battery and we took out 15.6. Okay, so it gives a fairly good idea. So you start to look through and first of all you go, wow, that's a heavy usage on your home. So, we'll have to go, well, why? Why is that? So first of all we'll go through some of the things. So the wind turbines yesterday, we've only got, 1700 watts. Okay, 1.7 kilowatts of wind turbines. Today, or yesterday, was a very unusual wind once in a great white. Okay, so we can't really use that scalable data is not really of any use. So, but the key thing is that we can take away is that we did almost 10 kilowatt hours off our wind turbines, and we're not in the greatest location, and they're not the most efficiently set up. So I think for a lot of other people, if you are on a very open plains, your wind turbines may actually make up 1/3 of your generation, especially during winter. Okay, and then we individually go through each one of our inverters, keep going down. There you go. And that's what gives us our total in the end of 31 kilowatt hours. Is the combination of everything. So even yesterday during that wind, 1/3 of our power came from our wind turbines. For us, that's excellent. So again, your battery charge, your battery discharge. Now, when you can then start adding other things, so we have, says here grid master, grid slave. So these are our generators, or one generator. We just split it over two so we can identify it. And again, so nothing from there. And then right down at the very bottom, what you've then got is you can start to monitor individual pieces of equipment. So for us, we want to monitor our mining equipment and our electric hot water. So now you can then start to say, well, 4.17 kilowatt hours got used on mining equipment and 1.2 kilowatt hours got used on hot water. So that's 5.3 kilowatt hours. Okay, but that would have been 5.3 kilowatt hours after the batteries were already full. So take 5 and a bit, so that's already 30 kilowatt hours, and then the rest of it was putting into the batteries. Okay, well, that's 11, and then whatever you've used during the day, but you're already full. So it gives a pretty good idea of showing how this type of information roughly can be used. I mean, even for us, both, as I said, we've got two houses, and it's still working out 0.6, 0.7 kilowatt hours per hour, even during the night. Until say the sun starts to climb, which you can even actively see it on the hour as you then start to go up, and whether you're charging. So the pink is all charging. your batteries to the point you're no longer charging. It could just be that they are full. And start throttling down. Okay.